Okay, good day YouTube friends, this is My British Computer Guy here. Today I have something kind of different and a little bit special. This is something that's been supplied to me to review. This is a BTF-Lighting 3.2 foot WS2812B 360 degree LED neon strip. It's also IP67 certified and it is a 5-volt device. So we're going to go ahead and get straight into this. This is what looks pretty cool. I've seen some pictures of this online, but I really want to go ahead and get this unboxed, and we're going to go ahead and unbox it, and we're going to go ahead and test it and get some reaction. So let's go ahead and dive straight into this. Okay, so let's take this out and take a look. Alright, so I was actually thinking that this was going to be a lot stiffer, and this actually feels like, it has the feel of kind of almost like a chunky paracord. I like the nice Velcro. Oh dear. I don't know if that was caused by the Velcro or if that was... Yeah, it could have been. Be careful when unpacking this, because the Velcro catches on there and it can cause tufts to come up. I might just have to trim those back. I'm sure it'll be fine. Just be careful with those. All right, so yeah, this is kind of nice. Obviously, it's only a 3.2 foot section. They come in 5 different sizes, and I'll leave links to the sizes over here. Yeah, it's IP67 rated, so obviously it can get wet, so it's ideal for outdoor use. Don't submerge it though. It's nice they've taken the time they've obviously gone ahead and silicone sealed the ends there, and these caps appear to be well glued on there with some kind of silicone glue, which is great. And yeah, very flexible. Really nice. I mean, it's just literally, it is like rope. I mean, you could tie this up in knots, and yeah, cool. So yeah, I can see how this would have some really cool applications for signage, for maybe not commercial use, but obviously for hobbyists and things. If you want to put a nice sign in your garage saying bar or something, this would be kind of fun. Obviously you need one of the longer lengths. I say this is only a 3.2 foot length. Now I know for a fact, I did some research on this, that it's actually got 50 LEDs in it, which isn't too bad, but we shall see how it looks. So let's go ahead and get on with it. I'm going to go hook this up and test it with, what else do we get? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. It looks like it comes with 2 clips to mount it, but no hardware. So there's no screws to screw, so you have to get some screws if you want to screw that into the wall or whatever you want. It does come with the female, the male JST connector for that end, obviously. One thing I did notice, because obviously you've got this on here, you can't power inject. So I doubt very much that the larger lengths have spaces or places within the cable where you can power inject. I'm not sure, I don't know for certain, but I'm guessing probably not, because that might compromise the integrity of its IP67 rating. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this tested. Okay, to go ahead and test this, we're going to need a few items, okay? So first thing we're going to need is a USB-A pigtail adapter, and that's going to be used for the power. We need some breadboard jumpers, just 3 of them. These are 20 or 22 gauge. You can now get these in 18 gauge, I believe, but I don't have a link to those, and I can't find any anywhere right now. So, but I'll leave a link to the 20 or the 22 gauge down in the description below, and also to these. You'll need some Wago connectors. You need a 3-piece, 2 3-pieces, and a 2-piece. 2-piece for the data, and 2 3-pieces for the positive and the ground. You'll need an ESP32. Take one of these, and you also need a JST connector, the one that came with the unit. So let's go ahead and hook all this up, and I'll show you how we do this. Okay, we're going to start with the USB cable. Let's go ahead and get this pigtail sorted out, and we want to hook the positive to one of the ports on the Wago connector. Give it a tug. Do the same with the negative. Give it a tug. And you could obviously solder all this, and I would recommend soldering this if you're going to be using it for anything other than demonstration purposes. Okay. Next, you want to go ahead and take your breadboard jumpers. We're going to use the white, which is going to go into the negative slot. Give it a tug. The red goes into the positive. Give it a tug. And then we want to hook up the other breadboard jumper and plug it into the 2-port Wago connector, like so. Okay. Next, we want to take the JST connector. Okay. So the white is the negative, and this kind of looks white and green, but it's just the way it was when it got separated from the data line. And then you've got the red, which is kind of a red and green, but it's really just red. So I'm going to go ahead and put the red wire into the remaining slot on the Wago connector. Give it a tug. White into the remaining slot on the negative or ground Wago connector. And the green, yep, you guessed it, goes to the green on the last remaining Wago connector. Okay, so now that's all done. As you can see, it's coming together nicely. All we need to do is plug this into our ESP32. Okay, so the ESP32, this is running the latest version. I think I'm actually running a demo version of WLED, which I think is running 15.0, and I'll show you where to get that as well. But this, on the new version of WLED, the data pin as default is 16. So the GPIO 16, which I believe is that one there. Yep, that one there. So we want to go ahead and hook this up to the pin like so. Just push it on there. And then the positive and negative, we want to put positive, you also go on the 5 volts, which is in the lower right hand corner here on this particular chip. And the negative, I believe, is on the far corner. Nope, it's on the... Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Oh. Alright, so that's all hooked up. Now what we need to do is connect the JST to the LEDs. Just snap in, like so. And then we need to apply power. So for the power, I'm going to be using a little USB phone charger that I have. This is a 3 amp phone charger, and I recommend using 3 amp. This particular light strip, 3 amps is perfect for this because that'll give you the maximum brightness. If you work on 0.06 milliamps per LED as its draw, 50 times 0.06 milliamps is 3 amps. So there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in, and then I'm going to go ahead and switch over to another phone for recording, because this is the phone I'm going to use for showing you how to set this up in WLED. Okay, so let's plug it in, make sure it turns on. Bingo. Alright, okay, so at this point what we need to do is go ahead and connect to the ESP32 app via your Wi-Fi, because this has only recently flashed. We haven't really been in there and set anything up yet. So you want to go to the network that says WLED-AP. Sign in is required. Click that and hit sign into network. If it's the first time you've signed into WLED, remember it's going to ask you for that password, and that password is WLED1234. Okay, so we're now in. We need to go ahead and configure it. We need to let it know that it has 50 LEDs. So go to the config, go to LED preferences, and we need to scroll down, change 30 to 50. Hit save, and there we go. They all light up. So now we go back, and we should be able to go ahead and play with the effects. Before we do that though, what I want to do is go ahead and get the maximum brightness out of this particular LED strip. So I'm going to go back into config, I'm going to go to LED preferences, and set the maximum PSU current I'm going to set to 3000 milliamps because I'm using a 3 amp power supply. Hit save, and it got brighter. Sweet. Alright, so we're going to go back and let's check out some of the effects. So let's try rainbow. Oh yeah, that looks really cool. Awesome. So the applications that this could be used for, obviously if you've got a longer strip you could make it into a sign. The shorter strips like this 3.2 foot, I mean you could probably, I don't know, you could take it to a rave and throw it around like a glorified glow stick. Or you could even possibly, if you're a photographer, you could use this as some kind of fill light. Or for light painting. I see an application for that. That'll be pretty cool. That's pretty much it. That's really all that you have to do to go ahead and set this up. So yeah, I'm going to have to say I'm actually really impressed with this. I can definitely see a few applications that it'd be used for, mainly kind of entertainment wise. I mean, definitely for a party, if you're going to a rave, like a glorified LED glow stick, something like that. But I mean, the quality is really good. It's really nice. I mean, other than that little tuft there that kind of came off, but I'm pretty sure that happened from the Velcro strap that they had attached. So if you do get some of these, be sure to go ahead and make sure you're very careful when taking off the Velcro. Yeah, it is a shame that they don't have some sort of socket where you can maybe link two of these together, but then I guess these aren't really designed for putting in shelving or cabinetry or anything. And the other thing obviously is power injection. If you're going to be getting the larger version of this, like the 16.4 foot LED strip, then it's highly unlikely you're going to have power injection points anywhere along the line or even at the end. So you're going to be left with just the 20 gauge or the 18 gauge. I think it's probably a 20 gauge wire that's coming into it. So you're going to have to mess around with your power settings to go ahead and get the right ampage going through it. Obviously, it's probably not going to be super bright if you have a 16.4 foot. I'm sure it'll still look really nice in a dark setting. This actually, I'm running it at 3 amps right now, so it's pretty much probably at the maximum brightness you're going to be able to get for it. They do recommend not running this on full white for long periods of time, and they do say obviously if you do that, especially on the longer runs, that you're going to notice the voltage drop. So I'm pretty sure in rainbow color or any other color schemes, you're going to be fine. I don't see any issues at all, but this, I mean, I really like this. This is great. It'd be great for a party, that kind of thing. But yeah, other than that, not really good for cabinets, I don't think. More designed for creating signs, maybe some fancy lettering to go in your office. I don't know. Also, there's all sorts of different things you could do with it, but really, I say it's not really designed for cabinet use. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so there you have it. Great product, really nice. I'm very happy that I was sent this to review. I don't think there are any other YouTube videos on this product out there right now as of me posting this. So be sure to go ahead and check it out. It's BTF-Lighting. It's their neon rope. There's a link in the description down below, and it is currently on sale, but I don't know how long that sale's going to last. I'm pretty sure that's just some sort of introductory price to drive up their sales, as it is a brand new product. So yeah. All right, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers. Bye-bye.